What's up, fellow collectors, and welcome back to another episode of Screen Time with KerbRider, i.e. me, back for another physical media rundown with my partner in arms, brother from another mother, all the way in a different part of the country, Mr. Shane Hoffmann. Welcome back to the show, mate. How are you?
What's going on, Adam? I swear I'm
Ah,
going to say this like the start of every episode now that I swear it's like we just spoke like the
yes.
other day or last week, and
It's a
these
bit
weeks are going way too fast.
it's a bit longer than last time because we went last month. We went a bit early last month to make some announcements and that people still don't hear about. So I do need to promote this show a bit more so people are more aware when they because I see posts on our Facebook groups and they go, "Oh, did anyone know this was happening?" I said, "You would have known this a month ago if you listen to my podcast," and blah blah blah. Anyway, I'm kind of at a point where I'm transition point about whether I did not plan it all this, mate, actually, and maybe I shouldn't talk about this while we're on air. But it's just at a transition point of whether I keep continuing doing this in this format. It might be a different thing that we do. Yeah. So anyway, that's conversations for down the track, but we'll keep going on with the show. Listeners, thanks for joining. Thanks for being loyal to us and sticking in. Please though, just on that point, tell people that we exist and that we give scoops and that we are well ahead of the game when it comes to physical media announcements for what's going on in the country, because not enough people out there know about it, and it'd be nice if people were listening in. So, yeah, we'll see how we go in future. But if the fans that we do have our back, then we'll be strong as a physical media community. So let's stay on top of it. Um, yeah, that was completely unplanned and completely random. But anyway, thanks for coming on, Shane. I do appreciate you being here all the time. And yeah, so let's get stuck into some talking points because it has been about 5 or 6 weeks actually since our last show. Because as I said, we went early last time and we're back to our normal second Wednesday of the month slot right now. But during that month, we had our bog off sale. It was a big one, and I'll talk about what I had arrive, what I picked up in that bog off sale. Actually, I won't go over it too much. What I will do is direct people to the Instagram page, curbside underscore screen times Instagram page, where I put up 4 videos of what I had arrive through bog off, and I've had some other stuff arrive through the month, obviously as well. Yeah, what did you didn't do? You didn't really bog off this year, did you? You decided to do
I
Vinegar Syndrome instead.
I did not bog off at all. Um, I had a look. There was some pretty good stuff in there.
Mm.
Um, and a little bit tempting, but I was like, no, no, I'm saving my little pennies for the VS
Mm.
blowout. So, which was pretty damn good, which I'll chat about when we get into it. But
Yeah.
I did see you had a lot of fun
I
in
did have a
Bog
lot of
Off.
fun, and to be honest, on that, I actually did have a pre-planned list of what maybe not, maybe yeah, what I wanted to get. So I did have a list, and all sorted by their price point, so you get the maximum value for money. And there's a lot that I didn't grab, and there was a lot that I did grab that wasn't on that list as well. So, um, it was just kind of how bog off works. You buy one thing, and then you go, I have to get something else that matches that, and you kind of pick up something that you're half interested in, um, just to get the bargain, I think. But sometimes that's a win, sometimes that's a loss. That's how we roll when we play this game. But bog off was a big one this year. It was good to see a lot of people getting involved and seeing it on the JB Hi-Fi Facebook group page. That was cool seeing everyone's collection. I love seeing that, and some people reached out privately and sent me what they had, which I love. I appreciate that. Look, if you do follow along, yeah, feel free to send me what you pick up because I love seeing everyone's collections, and it's just good conversation piece. So don't be afraid to reach out in my DMs if you wanted to talk about, and if you don't have anyone else to talk about it with, I'm happy to be that person you talk about it with because it's good fun to share what you pick up because we all get excited about what we buy. So I'm here to join in your fun as well as try and have you join in mine. So yeah.
For sure.
Hmm. Um, Next one is a big one I want to talk about because this was fun. This was a really fun. You know how I get on the internet sometimes and just this wasn't a troll, but there was a post. I think it was IGN or someone posted Star Wars ranked the number one sci-fi movie ever made, and I just wrote Star Wars is not a sci-fi movie. Star Wars is not sci-fi. And I wrote something like, because it was a long time ago now, but I wrote something like, I'm not going to elaborate, argue in the comments where you want, but I'm not going to engage. And then so many people, Star Wars fans are the most toxic motherfuckers on this planet. I'm a Star Wars fan, but some people were in crazy in their comments. I'd killed their dog or something. Like honestly, the way I hurt their feelings.
Uh,
I think what they read was that Star Wars is shit. No, all I'm saying is Star Wars isn't sci-fi. And it's not. And there's evidence and a lot of proof to say that Star Wars is not science fiction. Um, what do you have any thoughts on that? On have you ever thought about that at all or?
I mean, I'll be honest, I've never been a massive Star Wars fan. It's not like a film franchise that I actually grew up with watching.
Mm.
I do remember I had the trilogy in the VHS gold box set, and I
Yeah,
liked
yeah,
that box set so much, I never opened it.
yeah.
It just sat on my shelf as a kid, and it was the Rigidigi THX
Mm.
approved edition, and it was
Yep.
in with widescreen, and because I think the black box was in full screen, but this was the widescreen version. It was a big deal back then.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. I can see what you're saying. Like people can be a little bit um, selective when they're reading something.
Absolutely.
They'll
Yeah.
they'll pick the negative out of everything that you've said,
Hmm.
and they'll just go to town on that without actually reading it like properly.
Yep.
And before you know it, you've got this verbal debate happening online, and it's just like you
Mm.
guys are just out of control.
Yeah, yeah, that's why I
So,
wrote like I won't engage because I know people are going to argue about it. I'm just not going to bother fighting you idiots. And I did leave a couple of maybe a couple of smiley face emojis to some comments, but otherwise, the
mm,
one dude even chased me down and posted in one of my own posts because this wasn't obviously on my own page, and they why don't you come and explain why it's not a stifle? Blah blah. Go. You reckons I was follow hunting? Like I'd leave a comment and just to get followers? Like no. If I did that, I would have 10 million followers because I leave comments like that all the time in places. So I would have more than 900 followers than if that was my MO. So yeah, that's definitely not it. It was just funny. I just ignored him. But again, I butthurt this dude because he obviously, like you said, people misread things, and I think it's deliberate a lot of the time. They just misread it to go just to have something to complain about. Honestly, it's such a weird phenomenon with online people because I wrote what I wrote, I meant what I wrote, and people choose to read between and
mm,
trying to elicit something out of what you say that you're not actually saying. Happens all the time, no matter what topic you're discussing. But anyway, I thought that was a bit of fun for me. But anyway, there are 5 points. I'm going to say it publicly now why Star Wars is not sci-fi. Number one is George Lucas explicitly calls it fantasy. The creator says it's not sci-fi. The Force is a mystical, magical power. That's not science fiction. The technology exists, but it's not the point of the entire series, like it is with kind of with a Star Trek type of thing. The narrative structure is myth. It's not science, i.e., Star Trek. It is science quite a bit, and it doesn't explore the future or humanity's scientific trajectory. It is just a mythical story based around this Skywalker family fundamentally. There's no sci-fi involved in this. It is just swords and sandals in space. That's basically what it is. And it's great. I love Star Wars. For anyone trying to imply that I don't love Star Wars, you're very, very wrong. And if you saw my right forearm, you'd understand why you were very, very wrong. Because it has a big Star Wars tattoo on it. Anyway, on to the next one. This is the one. This is the last talking point, but it might elicit some conversation from you, Shane, and I hope it does
yeah,
because I watched Send Help at the start of the year when that was in cinema January. Absolutely loved it. Thought it was great in cinema. Watched it at home. Still really liked it, but I'm like, did I watch this again too soon? And I'm thinking there's a lot of movies I love, and if I watch them too close together, it kind of ruins the experience a little bit because even though I've got a terrible memory, when I put something on, I start remembering it. So it's good for me maybe to watch a movie once a year, once every 2 years, rather than once every 6 months. So I kind of wanted to get from you, apart from Moneyball, how long are you able to rewatch your film and enjoy it properly rather than just have it on in the background to chill out to? Like, are you able to sit and concentrate on a movie? Like, would it be every year or two for you to be able to watch those movies to fully enjoy them? Or if you watched it, say, today and then watched it again next month, would you sit and watch it with the same level of concentration you did the first time? Does that make
Um,
sense?
I I get what you're saying. Excluding Moneyball, that's funny.
Excluding Moneyball.
Um, I mean, if I see something at the cinema and I really like it, obviously I am going to buy it.
Yeah.
If I liked it so much when it actually comes out, I go out and buy it. I probably will watch it
hmm
again.
hmm
Um,
Do you enjoy it
am I
as
going to
much
be?
though? Do you find you
Am I going
enjoy
to
it as
be?
much?
I wouldn't think. Of course, like I do enjoy them a lot,
Yeah.
but when I'm at the cinema, I'm not. I don't have my phone in my hand. I'm not
No.
looking at things.
Yeah.
Um, So normally on that second time around, I'll be digging through stuff on IMDb
Yeah. Yeah.
about the film as well. I'll be
Mm.
looking at different actors, trivia about it
Yep.
because
Yep.
I've seen it once and that was my time to see it start to finish. This
Mm.
second time, I know what's going to happen. I know
Yeah.
I'm going to enjoy it. So I can sort of veer away from the screen a bit just to dig into some other stuff and learn more about the film where I wouldn't have done that in the cinema because obviously that'd be rude and
Of
you're going
course.
to
Yeah.
miss the
Yeah.
film. It's
Yeah.
what you paid for.
Yep.
So I think like some movies like I will watch them probably a few times a year. Like I know
Mm.
Nobody. I love that movie.
Yeah.
I've watched that countless times.
Right.
Movies I've grown up with. Obviously Runaway Train. I've watched that loads of times.
hmm
All the Beverly Hills Cop movies, Indie, all that. And we like Kelly and I watched Top Gun Maverick again
Mm.
the other week. And I'd only watched that again probably a few months back,
Okay.
maybe.
So do you still
Like
enjoy it as much? Because I kind of wanted to not before people jump in, well, that's just the theatrical experience. You enjoy it more than you go home. You don't enjoy it. I'm also talking about movies that you watch for the first time on a disc at home or on streaming, whatever,
yeah,
and then you watch it, say, a month later. So it's not just about the theatrical experience. So, did you enjoy Maverick as much again? Were you tuned in intently?
absolutely.
Yeah, okay. See,
Absolutely.
I
If
can't do that. I can't. Yeah, that's it's strange. I'm actually rewatching Harry Potter again because I normally have an annual rewatch of Harry Potter, and I am always tuned into it. But this latest rewatch, I've kind of found I'm a bit tuned out of it a bit more, and that's probably just a me thing where I'm at the moment. So I've got too many other things to do, but I put it on as a background movie rather than sitting and watching it. Um, so even my all-time favorites or all-time classics that are just great comfort movies to watch, like the Indie series or Back to the Future, even those, I can't watch them every year. It has to be at least 2, 3 years before I can rewatch them, I think. Especially as I guess I'm getting older and I've discovered a lot more movies I need to watch and want to watch. Like I just don't tune into them tune into them as well if I'm watching them like 3 to 6 months later. Yeah, I'd love to know what other people's process is on that. Like if they can watch movies over and over like that. Um, yeah.
I reckon Top Gun Maverick for me is it's a good example because that film has so many emotion moments in it.
hmm
Because if you grew up with Top Gun, well,
Yeah.
obviously you know what happens in that. You
Yeah.
know about the camaraderie between the characters and Goose dying and
Mm,
that sort of all transcends into this new one in a way that is so well done.
mm,
It near trumps Top Gun, in my opinion. So I've
Hmm.
watched that, I reckon, about 4 times, and that's including at cinema.
Yeah.
And those moments, they still get me
Okay.
every time. Like those little moments, I'll
So,
maybe shed a tear up
so
because
even
I
if you
just
watch
feel it.
them, so even if you watch them relatively close together, like I have a lot of movies that I will still, tear up at certain emotional moments, no matter how many times I see them. But again, if I saw it today and then watched it in a month's time, I don't think I would have that same reaction. But you still do.
I feel I do. Like
Okay.
I don't know. I just have a connection while I'm watching it,
Yeah.
and not just that film. Like there's other films that
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah, of course.
those moments will just grab me, just start the tear works. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's some films that even though you don't like watch them all the time, you what revisit and it's still there, which I think is
Yeah.
really special. It just shows like how well that story was told and conveyed
Hmm.
to the audience. Um, I mean, there's films that I don't watch very often for good reason because they're quite intense. I mean,
Yeah.
Requiem for a Dream. I I
I
love
watched
that
it.
movie.
I watched it for the first time during the week last week. Fucking amazing. 5 star. It's a masterpiece of a film. I'm glad you brought
It's
that up. Oh,
it
it is
I
a
mean, without us
masterpiece.
even chatting about it, and I can
Yeah.
bring up a film, and you're like, yeah, wow.
Yep. Oh man, that
Um,
movie was excellent. People say it's really disturbing. They can't watch it very. I didn't find it, honestly, didn't find it that disturbing. Like maybe I'm desensitized to stuff, but I wasn't. I just thought the way Aronofsky, wasn't it? Yeah.
yeah,
The way it was edited, the way it was, I think that was the disturbing part, like the displacement and the discombobulation aspects of the way that film was edited. Oh, I was just vibing with that movie so hard. I thought it was amazing. But again, it's probably not something I'd put on today and gel with because I only watched it like last week. As much as I loved it, like I would probably watch it today and go, well, maybe it's a 4 star, not a 5 star. I don't know. It's
it's
weird.
that one's not one I can watch all the time, like every
Hmm.
year. It'd be every
No,
couple years I'd watch
no.
it. I don't find it a disturbing film. I just find it a
Hmm.
very real life snapshot,
Of addiction.
and
It's what a
you
portrayal
know.
of addiction. It's amazing.
And I can't tell you the exact figure, but it is on the IMDb trivia that
Hmm.
that film has one of the highest amounts of um like scenes or like screenshots of the
Right.
way it was shot. You know how
Oh,
they do it so quick.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it
The edits and the cuts.
yeah, the cuts, the edits
Right.
and cuts, it has the high one of the highest amount of any
Not a
film like
surprise. Not a surprise.
done.
I
And how
should
they
have
did
looked
it
up.
was yeah,
I actually should have looked up who was the editor of that film, actually, because that was very impressive. And peak Jennifer Connelly, like she's never been hotter than in that movie. She's absolutely stunning. Anyway, you can buy into that. You're just going to ignore that.
it's
You're
it's
not going to
very
join
bleak,
that party.
very bleak.
It's very bleak. Fair enough. Anyway, all good. We'll move on from Jennifer Connelly. Cool. Thanks for joining because that's it's a bit of a strange phenomenon for me because I don't think I found that as a younger when I could watch movies, pretty close together, the same movie pretty close together and still get the same enjoyment. I don't know whether it's an age thing or not, but anyway, we'll move on. So, um, this is normally our watches or transfers of the month section, and it's still going to be. So I've got a few on it. Do you have anything through the month that you've watched that you thought was, doesn't even have to be about the transfer, but just any films you want to talk about that you were like, I want to talk about this one.
Um, I haven't really like I watched a couple things, but I've done a bit of thrifting, as I told you,
Mm, yeah,
um, outside of here, and I picked up Astro Boy, which
yeah.
I wasn't sure if I'd actually seen it.
Good find.
I think I have seen it. For a Blu-ray, it still holds up fairly well because I
Mm.
reckon that's like a first gen Blue, that one
It was. It was the
from
very
two.
first Blu-ray I ever watched. I rented it from the video store when they were renting out Blu-rays, and I watched it with my yeah with my kids. And I thought, and this was only on a. I don't even think I had my plasma TV then. It was probably using my big CRT Panasonic, and I thought this looks amazing, so much better than DVD. So I'd be interested to see what it looks like now, actually.
I mean, it's not perfect. I mean, animated stuff does look a lot better than like a regular film.
Yeah.
Um, but you could sort of see if it was redone, there'd be work to clean it up.
Right.
But I reckon, like on a plasma, I reckon Blu-ray was the best. I've never seen it like a Blu-ray better than on a
No.
plasma, but
Yep.
they weren't the best TVs for some things. But I thought it was just really cool to see something from back then, because that was a
Mm,
big deal when Blu-ray came out. Um,
definitely.
going from DVD to that, it's like
Yeah. Yeah.
shit. This
Yeah.
it's not even a comparison, really.
No, it's
But yeah,
not. It
that's
was like going from VHS to DVD, I thought, like the jump up in quality. But then honestly, with some 4Ks, from 4K to Blu-ray, there's not really that big a step in a lot of them, which I might talk about in a sec.
that is true. Like
Mm,
we know we've watched quite a few.
mm.
I'd say The Departed is one of them,
Yeah, The Departed's disappointing. Very disappointing
which
4K.
it's like, is there any difference that I remember the transfer rate being, I don't know, 20 above what the Blu-ray
Mm,
was for
mm.
most of the film.
Goodfellas is
Um,
similar, actually.
which is, I reckon, disappointing. Like, if
Mm,
you want to watch this in all its glory, it should be
yeah,
a lot higher than that.
absolutely.
So,
Yeah, yeah. Well, my first one then that kind of fits into that category is I did have The Life of Brian 4K arrive, the criterion of that, and um, the bit rate on that was just the highest I've ever seen on my machine. It was over 100 megabits, like quite often. But I didn't find the picture quality to be that mind-blowing. It's very grainy. Like there's a lot of original grain on this, which is great. I'm a fan of green. Um, but I just wasn't like, is this that much better than a Blu-ray? I don't know that it is, despite the quality that you're getting from it. Like Life of Brian's one of my all-time favorite movies, and it was the movie's still amazing, but yeah, I wasn't that impressed with the 4K. So if you have the Blu-ray, I don't know whether you'd want to upgrade or not, to be honest. But there you have it. Um, yeah, did you have any other? I've got a few to talk about. Did you have any other movies that you wanted to talk about?
um, no, I reckon that would have been about it. I
Okay.
haven't actually watched any 4K films
Okay.
for a little bit.
Yep.
A lot of online stuff and the odd DVD. I hate to say
Mm.
the word, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, been watching a lot more DVDs just
Mm.
because to even own the film is better
Yeah.
than not, and
Yeah.
having to pay for things is just like, I don't want to pay for that just to watch it. That's just
Yeah.
ludicrous.
I picked up a
So
couple of
if you actually
DVDs
see them
myself.
out in the wild, it's like, oh, it's $2.
Yeah, absolutely. I picked up a couple of DVDs thrifting myself. I actually picked up an old Jerry Lewis one, The Nutty Professor, and Peggy Sue Got Married because I remember watching that very young, and it's a pretty good film. Didn't Kathleen Turner won or she was nominated for an Oscar for that? Um, and I thought I've never seen this in any other format, so I'll grab the DVD anyway. And I haven't watched it yet though, but just thought I'd join in that conversation. My watches for the month though. I didn't watch this on disc. I think I watched it on HBO Max. The Wild Bunch, the Western. Geez, that was
Oh, the old
excellent.
one.
Oh, that was good. Oh, it really shocked me how much I loved that. It was fantastic. But on the transfers, no, I did watch my Night Moves Criterion 4K. That was really, really good. You had Night Moves? Anyway, I don't know. Um, The I have two versions of Fifth Element in 4K, the Studio Canal version, and I also picked up the Sony Steelbook. This is I've had these for a while, but I watched my Sony Steelbook for the first time because I heard that the transfer is better than the Studio Canal, which is weird because Studio Canal do some of the best transfers I know of. To be honest, I think they do some exceptional work with the transfers. But the people are right. The Sony Steelbook is a very different picture and image quality than the Studio Canal one. The Studio Canal one, when I watched it, I was like, this is no much better than my Blu-ray. But the Sony that comes in the Steelbook completely different. Um, yeah, an exceptional transfer. So if you do want the Fifth Element in 4K and you don't have it, I would highly recommend picking it up the Sony transfer before the Studio Canal if you're eyeing them off. Bridesmaids arrived on 4K in the country. I did check that out straight away because I hadn't seen that in years, and that's a really impressive transfer, actually. Bridesmaid transfer is really, really good. Something that you don't never think a comedy movie deserves, but yeah, it's really great. And also for the very first time in my life, watched The Sound of Music, my 4K of that, and that is exceptional. The movie is exceptional. I couldn't believe how much I love The Sound of Music. Um, it was a fantastic movie, and the transfer is immaculate. Very, very, very good. So if you're into that, definitely pick it up if you haven't done it already. It'll be on probably on a Prime Day sale with Prime Days coming up very soon. It'll be pretty cheap, I'd imagine, coming very soon. Um, yeah. Did you want to add on to anything there? Otherwise, we'll move on
Uh,
to, yeah,
the
go ahead.
Fifth Element, I've
Mm.
got that.
Yeah.
Um, I couldn't tell you what version I've got because I've got it easily 3 or 4 years ago.
Mm.
I know it's got a slip cover,
Yeah.
and
Sounds like the Studio Canal then, I reckon.
I reckon it would be, but it was a UK release. I know because it had
Mm.
the that bloody triangle thing on the front of the cover with
Yeah.
it's either got PG on it or it's got a number in it. Um,
Yeah,
so
yeah, it's definitely the Studio Canal version because I have that same one.
because I didn't think it was terrible. I thought like the colors were quite good and it looked
It's not
decent because I hadn't
terrible.
seen it.
I don't think it's terrible. It's just not really much of an improvement on the Blu-ray, I don't think.
I
That's what I
mean,
got from it.
it's there's like a like cliffhanger. They
Oh
brought
yeah.
that out and then they reissued it, come out in a steelbook, and it was meant to have a better transfer.
Right.
If it had like HDR 10 plus or something, or there was something better about it. And I know, like you said, with the Fifth Element, that was no different. They put that back out again. And Starship Troopers, that was another one. Like when I started buying movies to sell them, like 3, 4 years ago, I know I picked up the Starship Troopers 4K really cheap. And I was like, yeah, that's sweet. Watched it. Yeah, it looks great. But a couple months after I got that, that anniversary still came out
Mm.
and it specifically said transfer is better. It's got this
Yeah.
HDR 10 plus or 10 plus. And I just thought, wow,
Oh,
this
I've
is this has
just
only just come out. So
yeah. Oh, I've just jumped onto a Reddit post and people are here saying the Studio Canal version's better. I'm like, what are you people are talking about? Like it's weird. And then someone else is but other people are saying no, the Sony one's better. So yeah, I think a lot of this honestly, when people say transfer is good and transfer is shit, then they argue about it. I think a lot of it really depends on what you're running. On the system that you have, what you're running it through. It's I really think it's that goes into that type of minutia of detail when it comes to those transfers because I don't know, but I have a Sony 4K player. Maybe the Sony discs work better on that, but the Sony one absolutely looks better to me than the Studio Canal, where some people on here are saying the Studio Canal looks better, which I don't understand. But anyway, again, I think it's an equipment thing. That's one of my hot takes is that we think the transfers come across that way. Anyway, anyway,
I mean, I had the same thing, and this is an online thing on one of the 4K pages on Facebook, and someone was talking about Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Which which release is better? Is it Arrow? Is it Kino? And to me,
Uh-huh.
I said the Kino one, so I thought that one was
Okay.
top notch. I
Yep.
think I've watched both, and I just put Kino. Yep, that's all I said. And someone commented on it, said, "No way, Arrow just trumps that
Mm.
hand over fist or whatever
Yeah.
for all these reasons." And I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah.
this is why I don't comment on anything
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I can't be asked with the debate of why I think it's better and
Yep. Yep.
what my setup was and
Yeah.
all this
Absolutely.
crap. Like,
Sometimes
if
it's
you
like,
reckon it looks good, it's
yeah.
good.
Yeah, exactly.
Individual
Exactly.
opinion.
Exactly. Sometimes, yeah, I'm the same as much as I like to get involved. Some just depends on my mood, and sometimes I'm not, and I just go, yeah, okay, mate, no worries, whatever you think, it's fine. Like 2 plus 2 does equal 5. See ya. Like you know, that's the way you got to be sometimes. Some people. Anyway, on to the next little segment. What did we have arrived this month? I've got a funny feeling I'm going to have more than you, so
I think
tell
you
me
should
about
go
it.
first. I reckon you should.
Okay, so as I said to you, started the show, listeners, I am not going to do, when I talk about what I've had arrive, I'm going to talk about it from the last time me and Shane spoke. So the last time we recorded these episodes, rather than just say what I got through May and then June. So since the last time we spoke, which was roughly 5 weeks ago, I've had over 150 new titles arrive, of which 70 odd of those were from Bog Off sale. Again, if you want to see my bog off pickups, check out my Instagram page. Um, but I mean, the highlights. The last, my Halloween box set, Steelbook, The Arduous Journey is finally over. The 4K Steelbook box finally arrived, and it's pretty fucking special. And it really is. Like, there's individual Steelbooks in that are absolutely gorgeous to they are stunning to look at, and each one of them has a little booklet about the movie in there, and it's a really good release. And pick that up from Easy DVD, $60 cheaper than they're selling it anywhere at JB, and $100 cheaper. Actually, yeah, more than $100 cheaper than bloody Vision, and we're selling it for. Yeah, well worth picking up. I'm very happy I sold my Shout Factory ones and picked these ones up instead. Also did pick up the After Dark box set. The comes with 6 movies. You know what I'm talking about. Wild at Heart. Because yeah, I picked up Wild at Heart, and then I found that they announced the 4K's coming of that. So thanks for that, fuckheads. As soon as I picked up the Blu-ray, they announced the 4K. And I've also got Essential Noir number 6 as well. If anyone out there, actually, I'm putting out the word. Anyone out there has Essential Noir number 3, the green one, and wants to sell it, please tell me. Please let me know because that's the only one. I don't know why you cannot find that in the wild. You can't find it in the wild. It's not even on eBay. There's one copy on eBay, but they're selling it as a group of 5. Someone's selling all 5, the first 5 Essential Noir box sets, mate, as one unsealed $1,700 they want on eBay. $1,700. Are you fucking kidding? One day they might get it when $1,700 is worth about $20, but damn.
I
Tell
could
'em.
think of probably 1,700 other films that I'd probably buy before then.
Yeah, well, a lot of people would. $1,700. Tell them they're dreaming. But I picked up a lot of stuff, man. Obviously, as I just said. So, lots of Arrow picked up. Yeah, I'm not going to go through it, but that was the amount, and that's Um, I think I'll leave it at that, to be honest, because I can't be bothered going through them all. Just check out my Instagram page. I don't post everything I get on Instagram, where I probably should, but it gets a bit embarrassing sometimes because I have so many. But anyway, um, that'll be it. Did a lot of op shopping and picked up some cool stuff, op shopping and second handing, which was cool. Found some really great places in Beenleigh. Actually, spent almost a whole day just in Beenleigh. There's this one little pocket there of a heap of second-hand stores and op shops, and it was great. Found heaps of bargains. Picked up some TV shows actually, strangely enough, from there. What did I get? I got the whole True Blood box set for $30 on Blu-ray. I thought that was pretty good.
Just, which is crazy.
Yeah, yeah. And then there was a sealed copy of Will and Grace, the DVD sealed complete box set of Will and Grace, $15. I'm like, I don't know if I want this, but it's $15. It's new and sealed. Maybe I could resell it. I don't have plans to resell it, but I thought I've got to have this for $15. Anyway, that's where I'm at in my life at the moment, just spending money for no real reason. Um, yeah, so that's what I had arrived. Tell me about what you've got, or show me what you've got.
Just before I get into that, I just want to wind it back to well,
Mm.
two things actually.
Yeah, yeah, go for
So
it.
this Halloween box set, the
Yes.
absolute journey, arduous debacle, Pumpkinhead. We won't get into it. We've already talked about it, but I think this could be like the start of something. Like
Mm.
having these sets because Elm Street had the same set. It
Yeah.
was the big metal tin box, individual
Hmm.
stills that went in it, looked immaculate from the pictures I've seen. And this one looks no different. It looks pretty snazzy.
Yeah.
Um, so what's to say? Maybe down the track, for horror, maybe we get the Friday box as
Maybe.
well.
It might be a bit
Um,
harder because there's different studios involved with all those movies, I think. Might be
hmm,
tougher, even though it's a
I
Blu-ray
mean,
box set, but it'd be nice. I agree.
I wouldn't expect anything, anytime soon, but
No,
it
no.
it seems to be there is like a bit of a popularity for these
Mm.
sets. They
Yeah.
look the part. You know, people love to have them on the shelf.
Yep.
I
What?
mean, I would have liked the Elm Street one. It looked
Yeah.
just mind-blowing, but for the price, it was just way above anything
Yeah.
I could afford. Um,
I
and the
thought
other
about
thing,
getting it. I thought about getting it in Bog Off, but I'll have the Blu-ray box set of Nightmare, and I don't need to upgrade Nightmare because it's not something I'm going to watch over and over. Sorry, man, I stepped on your other point.
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
they were immaculate transfers. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I remember watching the Blu-rays after having the DVD box set many,
Mm.
many years ago, and I thought, wow, these are about 10 steps up from those transfers. And the 4K ones were just really good. So much more
Mm.
detail come out of them.
Mm.
Um, but you were talking about the After Dark set,
Yep.
and obviously we know that they did unlawful entry in
Mm-hmm.
4K,
Mm.
and obviously I'll talk about it later, but so did, Shout. They've
Yep.
put it out in 4K too. So why couldn't they get the drop on Wild at Heart and have that as a 4K as
I
well
think
in that
Wild at
box
Heart's
set?
I think Wild at Heart's going to be Criterion though, not a Shout, isn't it?
No, well, that's what I mean. Like, we know it's coming out as Criterion,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
if they really, really wanted to get the drop,
Mm.
why couldn't they get their hands on doing that? Like,
Yeah.
that would have been
I
super cool
if
to see
Shout
that happen.
if Shout have done an unlawful entry 4K, I would be pretty confident that Imprint will release it because Imprint have the Shout Factory contract now. I would
Mm.
be pretty confident they would release it some point down the track, but it'd just probably be further down the track. I didn't know Unlawful Entry actually had a 4K. I didn't realize it was that popular a film. But this is some good films
Well,
in that After Dark set, though. Some really funky films in there.
well, that is the 4K in that set. So,
Oh, is it?
which
In
is
that's in the set I got.
yep,
I didn't even know. Okay, I better.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Didn't even know, man.
they had the 4K of that, and
Right.
that actually was released before knowing that Shout were doing it. I mean, I'm not surprised
Ah,
because Shout put out that limited Blu-ray of it, and I
yep.
think it had a 2K scan from
Right.
memory, or it might have had like a 4K restoration scan. So I thought, and everyone jumped on that. It sold out really quick, and they actually redid more copies because it went so fast. Um,
Wow.
and then the Getaway, they did that as
Yeah.
well. Same sort of deal. So it just would have been really cool if they did somehow The Wild at Heart on 4K, and that After Dark box
Mm.
set would have been popping. I mean, two
Yeah,
4Ks, four
absolutely.
Blu-rays.
Would have been popping in price
Unfortunately,
too. It was already $200, I think.
which is that's what they've all been pretty
Have they?
much. Like,
Okay.
yeah,
That's the first
even
After Dark one I've picked up. I haven't got any of the others actually.
I've been religiously buying them just
Yep.
because they're really good,
Mm.
like VHS titles, like from way back
Yeah, yeah.
that you would have seen in the video store and
Definitely.
probably never heard of again.
Well,
Um,
definitely remember seeing Mulholland Falls on VHS back in the day, and vaguely remembering the movie Nick Nolte about the Nick Nolte is about it. Yeah, there's a few, and Freeway. I love Freeway. The Kiefer Sutherland and Reese Witherspoon. I think that movie's excellent. It's such a guilty pleasure of mine, actually. That movie, I love it. And to get that on physical, because I didn't own it physically at all, and Wild at Heart, I didn't own this physically either. So I was really stoked to get that box.
oh,
Uh,
they're just wild boxes. Like
mm,
I love the film selection. I love the box. You know, the booklet you get with it, with all that extra info and pictures, and
yeah.
they're just great. I mean, mine are all boxed up somewhere. Um, but yeah, I really enjoy getting through those, and I know a lot
Mm,
of those titles they'll get 4Ks at some point, um, through
yeah,
various other labels if they
yeah.
haven't already.
The amount
Um,
the amount of money I've blown rushing to get a Blu-ray after I've seen a movie that's kind of out of print and hunting it down because that's part of the thrill. And then not long after a 4K gets announced, I'm like, fuck, god damn it. Speed Racer was actually a really good example of that. I picked up watched Speed Racer on a friend's recommendation, and I'm like, oh, this movie is actually really damn good. I loved it. Hunted down the Blu-ray, imported it from the UK. And then we get a 4K about 18 months later, which I thank God it was only $25, the 4K. So here we are, pick that up. Because I've heard the transfer is pretty elite, so I had to pick it up for that. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have bothered. Yeah. Anything else? Or do you want to move on to what you've got coming on the way?
yeah, so I'll talk about these pickups.
Mm.
It's not often I actually have anything to talk about for pickups,
Oh,
but
that's right. Yes, my apologies. I jumped the gun.
um, well, I mean, done a bit of thrifting. Won't
Yeah.
get into all of those because I can't remember how many there are, but I picked up a few like 10 pack films, like action films, really
Yeah.
old VHS 80s, 90s action that is just forgotten about. I mean, they probably look terrible, acting's probably terrible,
Yeah.
but some of these actors, it's more of the films that you just wouldn't have heard of. And to actually
Mm.
watch them on disc is pretty good to say the least. So I picked up a couple of them. Obviously, I mentioned Astro Boy,
Hmm.
which I thought was a good one. Um, Another one, a Kristen Stewart film called The Cake Eaters,
Oh, wow.
which which I'd never heard of. I haven't watched
The
it yet,
cake eaters. Is it about fat
but
people?
it rated really well, and I was just intrigued because I hadn't heard of it, and I quite like her work. She's really good.
Yeah, Kristen Stewart's
Um,
really good. Directed by
so
Mary Stuart Masterson. Are you kidding? Wow.
mm, yeah,
Huh.
so yeah, that was a good one to pick up. Um, uh, Another one I grabbed yesterday, an old Vin Diesel film called The Pacifier, which I
Yeah.
haven't seen it since it came out,
Yeah, I've
and
never
because
seen it, but
you
yeah, I
just
know
don't
of
see
it.
films like that hanging around because they kind of came out and they disappeared.
Huh.
Um, but from memory, a good comedy.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, on to the biggest stuff. I've picked up Fight Club through Rick,
Oh,
Outrun.
did you? The
Um,
steelbook or
yes,
standard?
nah, just the regular one. I
Okay.
don't think he had the steel available. I think they're all
Okay.
gone.
Geez, it's a beautiful
But
steelbook.
I'm happy with the standard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm pretty keen to see this film. We've talked about this many times.
Yeah, yeah.
When are we going to get it?
It
We'll
was one of our
finally get it.
first on the wish list, wasn't it? Really, one of the first things we spoke
Reckon it
about.
was
Yeah, it
for
would have been.
sure.
Yeah.
So grab that. I am going to get Moneyball and Runaway Train.
Yep.
Haven't yet, but they will be on that list
Yeah.
through Rick. Um, so yeah, my bug off was the VS sales.
Mm.
Um,
Tell me
so I
about it.
picked up one. I'll do it in reverse from the last to the first. I picked up one called Skateboard, which I think I'd seen on there before. It's like a late 70s skateboarding, I think like a doco. Um,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
that seems pretty interesting to me. Um, like I picked up one a couple of years back, which was surfing. I can't remember the title of that, but it was all just random surfing shots for like the whole film and a crazy soundtrack of just surf music. And I just thought that was wild.
Mm.
Um, so I grabbed that. One called Pledge Night, mainly because in the VSMC rewards, they had a slipcover for it. So for 1,500 points, I grabbed that and the movie, which was pretty good. I think old 90s film called Crack House, which is one of the old VSA titles.
Okay.
Never seen that, so I'm not sure what that's going to be like. Um, and these were all in the sales, like super cheap stuff, like 18, $20 a film, which is
Yeah,
really
yeah.
cheap. Another one called Through the Fire. Some cinematography titles that I'd missed over the past 10 months. Mixed Blood, The Woman Chaser, Gang Related, and King of the Gypsies.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, love Eric Roberts. I actually haven't seen that, but Imprint did that one, but I didn't end up buying it because I knew this one was coming, so I just
Yeah.
didn't bother. Got finally got the Tank Girl VSU,
Oh yes.
um, because Kelly's a massive fan of that film as well, so
Okay.
that'll be good to watch that one.
Yeah.
Um, and the Mangler, which I haven't seen that I think since the 90s. Robert England.
Okay.
Um,
I was thinking of
so
something
that
different then.
one that's in a big fat box. So along with the other ones I got, the Explorers, and
Mm-hmm.
Night Watch, that should be really cool. That's got like
When?
a glow in the dark box and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
That's cool. I have a vested interest in your VS. When do they send them?
and also I picked up Congo for the second time for my good friend Adam, who has
You did.
waited since it came out for a sale,
12
and Shane
months
has
at
looked at
least.
every sale, and it
Yeah.
wasn't on sale until this time, just
Yeah.
gone.
I can't believe it was still available because this is the collector's, the big fat box of it, isn't it? Yeah.
Some of
So
them
exciting.
don't go super quick, and they do like 10,000 copies of these, which is a lot
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
something like that. Apart from Roadhouse, I think
Roadhouse.
that is the quickest selling one out of all of them. I mean,
Really?
I reckon it was the
It's
most popular out of any of those titles that they've done on that VSU
wow.
line. Um, that's highly sought after. I mean, it's an
Yeah.
amazing release. Um, I remember I picked that up when I was selling, and that's back when you could buy multiple films from them. So
Hmm.
I got two and I sold the other one on eBay. And you look that up now, I mean, there's people wanting 300 plus for that,
Really?
400 plus. It's just, yeah, highly sought after. But it it is, I mean, it's an amazing film. I love it. I've always
Yeah.
loved it. Watched
But in
that
all
quite a
seriousness,
few times.
when do they send them out? Do they wait for everything to arrive or?
Well, it will, I would say soon because it's Partners Month now.
Okay.
So that goes for all of June. And
Yep.
then I'm expecting within the next week or so, I'll probably get a notification that it'll be sent out.
Okay.
Because all subscribers get theirs sent first. They've probably already got it. Um,
Gotcha.
but yeah, I'll let you know as soon as
Yeah, yeah,
it's
no, yeah, no, I
in
trust you, but
transit
I was just kind of intrigued when they get sent, actually.
because you finally get to see the Congo and all its glory.
Yeah, because I mean, I know it's not a good movie, but goddamn, I love it. I love it just for Tim Curry, because see, that guy's just chewing the walls, just chewing everything up. He's so amazing. I watched Laura Linney actually have that someone spoke to her about it in a like a press junket recently, and she loves it. She said it's the best bad movie ever. She said that herself, I think. And I agree. Like it's not great, but geez, it's fun. It's so stupidly fun. Yeah. Anywho, we'll talk about what I've got ordered. Stuff I haven't mentioned before because there's still stuff I've mentioned before that I'm waiting on. I did another Rare Waves because they had their 10% off. I didn't get any arrow from them this time. I finally picked up The Shop Around the Corner, which is an old classic that I love. Ernst Lubitsch, Jimmy Stewart. That's was remade to You've Got Mail, and it's You've Got Mail. It's not as good. Ready or Not 2, I pre-ordered that from Rare Waves because they only releasing that on Blu-ray, which is kind of shitty, but whatever. We'll take what we can get, I suppose, from Disney. Um, I did also pick up because I've been wanting to rewatch these for ages, and they're actually hard to come by. The Nutty Professor 1 and 2, the Eddie Murphy ones. Because I watched the Nutty Professor in the cinema with my friends when that came out, and that was. Pretty sure we kind of liked it at the time. It was good. And Jada Pinkett was like pretty sexy back then until she became what she became. Um, a total dickhead is probably the best way to say that. But I also picked up, I watched a movie through the month called From Beyond. It's based on a H.P. Lovecraft. You would know
Oh
From
yeah,
Beyond. I know it's
yeah, I've got
great.
that.
Yeah, I picked up the 4K of that. That was like in the 30 odd dollar range. And I'm like, yeah, because I thought that movie was excellent and it's going to look great in 4K. Be really,
Is
really good.
that the '88 release?
Yeah, yes, it is. It will be the 88 release. Yep, yep, absolutely. I did also order Bringing Out the Dead on Amazon because that was on sale for $37, the 4K of that, because I don't own that at
That's
all.
a steal. They're
Bloody
very
oath.
cheap.
Well, it was 60. I was watching it, right? It was like $37. And then the next day had it in my cart and I forgot to order it. And then the next day it was 61. And I'm like, damn it. And then the next day after that, it was 37 again. So I like, bang, ordered it. Then the next day I checked my order because I do that. I'm a bit anal when it comes to that stuff. And it was back up to its 60 odd dollar price the very next day. And I'm like, okay, oh, I got in at the right time. Um, yeah, so that was really interesting. What else? I did order a few off Rick. So Pleasantville I've got coming. I don't know if I spoke about that before. But I did order Scream 4 from him as well because that's a Lionsgate. That'll probably come through an imprint actually when they release it, and it'll be probably in a oversized box for $7,000. So I just got the happy to get the one from Rick for his standard price. I think it was. I actually used my I used my containers for change money. Like when I cash in my cans and bottles, I use that to buy it. I'm like, cool. It basically cost me less than $30, so I was happy to do that. And that's it. That's all I've got pre-ordered. Everything else has arrived that I haven't spoken about. There's still stuff to arrive, but I've already spoken about these on other episodes. So that's it. So pretty. What, Prime Day is coming, so the wallet is staying away at least until Prime Day. Um, but
All right.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
Adam.
yeah, I know, I know, I know. All
All right.
right. We'll see. We'll see how we go. It's got to, honestly, it's got to stay away because I've had to. Anyway, doesn't matter. We're on the labels, mate. We're on the labels already. Let's kick on with it. What do you? I'll let you go first. You said you got six labels today. I don't have many more. Lay 'em
Yeah,
on
I'm
me.
pretty sure it was six. Pretty sure it was six. So it's one, two, three, four, five,
We can
and
go. We can probably go one
yeah,
by
six.
one.
Yeah. All right. So I'll start with VS because I forgot to write some of this down before it went to Partners Month.
Oh yeah.
So none of the ones that are like VS are on there right now.
Okay.
Um, but I knew what I spoke about half of them last time because they were up because it was the pre-order halfway to Black Friday sale flash.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we've got Human Lanterns. Now this is the film that is fully uncut and hadn't been released on any format. Um, it's an Asian film, so I didn't even bother picking that one up because that just doesn't interest me at all. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure for all those fiends out there, this is probably going to be really good. I already mentioned the Mangler, so that's really cool. One called Killer on Wheels, without apparent motive. The Boys in the Band, which is another cinematography release, 4K release. Hi A Asu Sato Volume 4. Um, and they've also done some variant cover reissues of Roadhouse, Southern Comfort, and The Keep, which
Oh,
is really
okay.
good. They were selling quite well the last time I checked.
Hmm.
So if you missed out on the standard of Roadhouse, because I don't think they have that anymore, um, or the obviously the deluxe box set, you can pick up that one. So Partners Month, some of these titles, A Game for Six Lovers, A New Love in Tokyo, A Poet, Crimson Gold, The Dark Valley, Dead Hunt, Diane, Drive Back, Erotic Nature, the films of Pierre Cretin, The
Hmm.
Gits Happened, Lucky, Ninja Zombie, Nintendo Quest 64, which is a
Huh.
pretty cool release because they I can't remember the label that does these, but they've done other ones. I think there's another Nintendo one, possibly a Sega one, and just other gaming releases. So there's a few of them.
Okay.
Uh, the other French New Wave, Volume 2,
Mm.
Redacted, The Serpent Skin, Suburban Mayhem, which is an umbrella release, so that's got a new slip on it. Some nights I feel like walking, suspended time, Thebe, Tornado, which is a 4K release, To a Land Unknown, Undyne, Violator, Pavements, which is another 4K release. And this one I'm actually half keen to pick up just because it sounds fascinating. WAD, The Life
Huh.
and Times of John C. Holmes, which
Oh,
I reckon that would be pretty
pair,
eye-opening.
pair that with Boogie Nights. Is it called? Do you say WAD? WAD?
Yeah, WADD.
WAD.
So yeah, that's like 103 minutes, I think. Bit of
Wow.
a doco on the old John Holmes.
I agree. I think that would be
Definitely.
interesting. That would be interesting.
Hmm.
Um,
So
hmm.
that's one I may pick up now, or I may wait. I'm not entirely sure on that at the minute, but
Hmm.
yeah. So at the moment, it's Partners Month. There's sales like 50, 60, 70% off a lot of different titles to pick up, like really older ones. A lot of Canadian stuff.
Oh yeah.
Um, so yeah, like I picked up that Keanu and Co. when it came out because it's Keanu's first film he ever did, like 40-minute film. that's in the 60% off section right now. So you could pick that up for like $18 or something.
Oh wow.
Something really, really cheap.
I
But
never knew
other
that
than
movie
that,
existed.
well, it's like this director, he did three different films. Pretty sure it's the same director. And he was in one of them, and it only goes for about not even 45 minutes. So more like
Wow.
short films. But just seeing him, before Bill and Ted and all that, he's
Yeah,
still got
yeah.
that vibe about
Mm.
him. Um,
I'll go for
yeah,
Bill and
it
Ted's
was
watch actually. That'd be good
cool to
fun.
see.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Cool.
what have you got first?
We'll start with Arrow. There's a bit of a mix because they did some UK and US releases as they normally do, but anyway, People vs. Larry Flint. I mean, that's a great service actually, getting People vs. Larry Flint because that's long out of print. I think you could probably only get it on DVD. I'm sure there's Blu-rays of it, but not around my neighborhood. So that's I actually watched that again for the first time since the 90s. It must have been last year, and it's holds up. It's a great film. Woody Harrelson, Oscar nominated, totally deserved it. Yeah, excellent movie. Next one they announced was Identity, the John Cusack movie, which is one of the better. It's got a great plot twist in this one. I thought it was excellent when I first watched it. It kind of blew my mind. It's probably a bit old hat now, but a really cool little thriller actually. Um, have a Blu-ray of that. Don't think I'll bother. Troy, they've announced Troy, the Wolfgang Peterson, Brad Pitt starring Troy, which is an absolute fucking trash movie that people are raving about for some reason. People are dropping nuggets over Troy getting a 4K. My opinion, you can fucking keep it. I don't care. Set it on fire. It's not. I've got a Blu-ray of it that I'll probably frisbee out the window one day. Actually, when I decide to downsize, so it's just not for me. Any opinions on Troy?
Um, I have seen it. I saw it at the movies. I do own it on Blu.
Yeah.
I actually haven't watched it. It come in a triple pack. It was Troy, 300,
Yeah.
and Alexander.
Yep.
Um,
I've seen that.
and
So,
I haven't watched any of them. Um, mainly because Alexander goes for 3.5 hours, and
and
I
that's
might
supposed to
not
be
like it.
terrible too, right? I've
Yeah,
I've owned
I heard it's not
Alexander,
great.
one of the first Blu-rays I ever brought, still in the seal, because I've just heard it's such a bad, bad movie. It's just a sort of testament of me never getting rid of what I buy. Um, but they also announced Once a Thief. Sorry.
Once
Mm,
it's, the people versus Larry Flint, that
mm.
has got a Blu-ray because that was one of my picks
Right.
long, long time ago. Umbrella did it,
Ah, yeah. Ah, did they? Okay, I did not know that. That would make sense
but
though.
yeah, it is like you said, it's well out of print.
Yeah. They've announced another Golden Princess title, Once a Thief, with Chow Yun-fat in it. I don't know a lot about that, so I'll move on. And they're also doing Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey in 4K. And another
That's pretty
film.
cool.
Yeah, it is. I have a Blu-ray box set of all the Bill and Ted's. I don't think I need to upgrade those. They also announced Killer Party, which I don't know anything about, and another movie called Stefan. Do you know about those movies at all?
No, no,
No?
I haven't heard of those.
I won't spend hours on them. I'll let you move on to your next label.
Um, so next got Radiant,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff I've never heard of, as always. The Last Circus, The Hot Spot, World Noir Volume 5, 10 Women in Black, and The Magnificent Cuckold.
Oh,
So just
they're
that's what we
magnificent.
expect from these guys. Stuff we haven't heard of, some underground cinema.
Yeah. Thanks, Radiance, for your service. I'll move on to Criterion then. They've announced six movies that I have kind of have a semi-interest in two, and you might not pick which two. Anyway, Harlan County, USA. I've heard of that. Don't know much about it. I'm not going to spend much time on any of these. American Dream, I think, is a documentary. Coup de Torchon, directed by Bertrand Tavernier. Sounds very French to me. Um, Little Odessa with Tim Roth. That's one of the ones I'm interested in. Moira Kelly, Vanessa Redgrave, Maximilian Schell, and Edward Furlong. Um, and Safe, a Todd Haynes film with Julianne Moore. I'm looking at a picture and couldn't picture her name though. And another one, the last one is like a Kazuo Hara and Sachiko Kobayashi. Five radical documentaries. If you're into that, cool. But that's all I'm going to talk about with Criterion. Did you have any comments on any of those six films?
The Little Odessa one
Mm.
would be good.
The
I
James Gray
remember
film.
hiring
So,
that
oh, do you?
on
Okay.
VHS. That's how
Ah,
old
yeah,
that is.
yeah. James Gray. Yeah.
I think I need to see it again. I don't remember loving it, but back then, I mean, my tastes were different. It is a pretty brutal film though. Like,
Mm.
Tim Roth is really good. Obviously, Eddie is quite young in that film too. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
so that would be worth checking out. But for the price of it, it's pretty steep.
Well, yeah, with those criterions, the ones aren't going to sell as hot cakes. You can probably wait for those, to be honest. But
Hmm.
yeah, that might be something I pick up if ever set on sale, but it's definitely not something I'm gonna run to, that's for sure. Where are you up
Oh,
to
for sure.
next?
I'll do two because
Yeah, okay,
Second Sight's only got like one.
okay. At
Um,
least
Cold
I've got.
Prey trilogy, which I actually haven't looked into that. I'm not even sure what it's about, but if they're putting it out, it must be quite decent. Um, so it's like just a Blu-ray, I think that one. So
Yeah, I'm just looking it up
um,
now.
88 have got some pretty decent titles. They're doing the Pink Panther,
Oh,
Last Tango
oh,
in
they are.
Paris.
Yep.
So if you missed out on Last Tango with VS on
Mm-hmm.
4K, this will be your next best bet. I'm surprised, like, I mean, I've never seen the film, but I
Mm.
wouldn't have thought that that film would be so popular because
It's in the.
that sold.
It's also in the imprint Marlon Brando Volume 2 box set. So that was one I had on my bog off radar, but didn't end up picking up that set.
Okay, well,
Mm.
you can't get them all out of
I
it.
can't
You
get
can
what,
try.
sorry?
You can't get them all. You can try, but
Yes, yeah, they're not Pokemon.
you gave it a good go.
Hmm, I did.
Um,
I'm lucky I'm not rich because I would have gotten them all.
they're also doing The Last House on the Left,
Hmm.
the original. So that's a Blu-ray as well.
Nice.
Operation Scorpio, The Tournament, Stoner, and finally Magnificent Bodyguards in 3D, which they've been talking about the restoration process for that for a while now. Um, and that's a Jackie Chan movie, so another
Oh,
Jackie to
okay.
the collection for some.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's all that 88's doing. Some pretty good ones in there.
Um, cool. Yeah, there are actually. I'll move on to Umbrella. They have, and I'm sick of seeing this all over Instagram. Exit 8. I'm hearing it's pretty good. I've not looked into what really it's about, but I am keen to watch that. I don't think I'm keen to pay umbrella prices for this when it comes out, and especially only on a Blu-ray. But that'll be on sale next year in the bog off as well, I'm imagining, or at least around Black Friday with 30% off. They have announced New Extremity Volume 3. This one sounds pretty good, actually. It's got Irreversible in it, which I happened to pick up on a thrift recently. Raw, Trouble Every Day, and something else, which I can't read right now. Caged, my apologies. Some pretty good films in that New Extremities. Again, a couple of box sets I nearly picked up in Bog Off. I was like, I don't think I'm going to be that interested in these. Same as the Kiwi Cult ones. I didn't get those either. Ninja Wars. Don't know anything about that. Japanese fantasy epic starring Hiroyuki Sanada and Sonny Chiba. So two very famous Japanese actors in that. So that might be again a sale pickup for me at some point. The box looks nice. It's a nice purple and yeah, that's actually a really nice artwork on that, to be honest. And they've announced another Drive-In Delirium. A new beginning featuring mind-blowing 300 plus remastered and uncensored trailers for 12 hours of relentless insanity. Can you explain that to me, Shane? The appeal to that?
The Drive and Delirium.
Yeah. Who the fuck wants to watch
Um,
12 hours of trailers? What is, because I know these first, when they released these before, they were pretty popular, right?
yeah, there's been quite a few that they've put out.
Yeah.
I've
Are you
never
into
picked
that?
up any of them.
Okay. I don't
Um,
understand it.
I mean, for me, I'd rather watch the
Of the
films
movie. Yeah.
of the trailers are off. Um, 12 hours of trailers. That's a lot of trailers.
Well, I don't watch trailers.
Well,
I won't watch them. We used to call them previews back in the day, but yeah, now trailers, I don't understand the appeal. If anyone out there listening, please let me know what the appeal is to watching 12 hours of trailers. I don't get it.
no. I mean, unless you had like a niche shop
I thought you were going to
and
say a
you just had
lobotomy, but
them
yeah.
running in the shop for the
Mm.
course of the day, which a 12-hour day, that's a
Yeah,
long day.
yeah, that's
But,
fair. But how many?
that would be something cool for them to be used as. But
Totally
to
agree.
sit
Yep.
down and watch 12 hours of trailers, I mean, I don't see the point.
No, I don't, that's it's very, very strange. But anyway, good luck. They obviously sell because they're releasing another version of it, so good for them. Um, that's Umbrella for you. What's your next one? Eureka?
Um, well, I didn't actually see anything new in Eureka. Like, there's a few
I've got
labels
I've got some
that didn't
Eureka
have.
stuff
Well,
if
I'll
you want.
give Eureka to you this time.
Okay, well, I just get their email. They send an email what they've got coming. So they've got Reap the Whirlwind. Again, movies I've not heard of. Zen and Sword, the Miyamoto Musashi Saga at Toei. I'm I'm sure that's pronounced Toei, right? And another one called Phantomas Returns. They've released a few Phantomas stuff, haven't they?
Yeah,
Before?
they did like a big box that had all the Phantom stuff in it,
Hmm. It's in the
which was a
Masters of
while ago.
Yeah, it's in the Masters of Cinema collection. The Phantomas trilogy it is. So it's actually three. So it's drawing a huge range of influences from the Pink Panther and James Bond to Silver Age superheroes. Dr. Mabuse, Andre Hunebel's Phantomas films are a riotous mix of mask villainy, spy era gadgetry, and Louis de Funès slapstick blended into France's most beloved. Oh, it's French. Okay. Actually, reading that kind of makes me interested, but again, it's not something I'm going to run to. There's Eureka.
Um,
Done and done.
Eureka is done.
You must
Um,
have Shout Factory then.
uh, I'm gonna leave that one till last because that
Okay.
one's actually quite long because it
Yeah, yeah.
intertwines with Groove and Shout
Yeah, yep,
and
yep.
Scream. Um, I was gonna ask you, have you actually seen Irreversible before?
No, no. There's a
Nice. Okay.
yeah.
It's not a film I'll ever watch again. I've
A
seen it
lot of people
once.
say that.
Um, it is that brutal.
Right.
Yeah, I'd
Oh,
be keen to see what you think after you've seen it.
the only thing I know about it is that it runs in reverse order. And I love
Yeah,
that idea because they did it with the Seinfeld episode in season 9 of Seinfeld, and that's an excellent episode. But they also played, there's a movie, it's in Sentimental Value, which came out last year. There's a joke where it's a joke apparently, but he gives his grandson two DVDs, and one of them is irreversible, and I can't remember what the other one is, but apparently it's like he's given these to like a 7-year-old kid to watch on a DVD, even though he wouldn't own a DVD player or anything. Anyway, I found it, I think it might have been in CEX, so I picked it up. I was like, oh, cool, I'll watch this because I hear so much about it. It's on my shelf in my watch very soon pile.
I mean, it's a very well done film. It
Mm.
plays in reverse.
Gaspar Noé.
So, it starts off really hard.
Mm.
Um, but the actual camera work and the soundtrack mesh together and generate the most nauseating vibe. It's
Really?
actually disorientating to watch it.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's so I'll just give you the heads up before you watch it, because that's what we do.
Mm.
Yeah, it's just a very intense film.
Okay.
That's why I probably won't watch it ever again, just
Mm.
because it was just a bit too much for me.
Yeah,
So
fair.
yeah, I'll be keen to see what you think.
I still need to watch Maniac Cop yet. I haven't watched that from last month we spoke about it. Actually,
I told you to put that straight on.
yeah, I know. Well, you did do Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer too, and I still haven't watched that either.
Yeah, that too.
Oh dear.
So this next label is not one I've talked about because they're still quite new. I've seen you're following them. Toy Robot Video. Um, I did see that you were following them.
Okay, I didn't know I was, but cool.
So they're doing Masters of the Universe in 4K. Finally, someone's doing it. And this is a never before seen extended cut of it, which
Ah,
is interesting because, I mean, from memory, I think the film goes for about 2 hours anyway. And this is the first film I ever saw at the cinema when I was seven. So,
wow.
or six or seven. So, pretty exciting because my dad used to buy me all of the figures and all the castles. Um, so yeah, I've been
Yeah.
really keen to check that out. Um, Another one, Guyver, Dark Hero,
Yes.
which is a Blu-ray. Um, Ninja Wars, also a Blu-ray. Roaring Fire, Manhunt, and I think this is a newer one. It's called Marshmallow.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, maybe I do follow them, but I don't remember them.
Because I
Interesting.
did see that your name was on there. It might have been possibly the
Well, it sounds about right, but I just I'll have to go on my Instagram and have a look, to be honest.
yeah.
Um,
They don't have many posts up, so they are really new.
are we on to what are we on to now? BFI? I've got to find my bloody note again. Sorry, people. Umbrella are releasing a standard Adam Elliott collection as a standard edition. I did pick up the box set of that when they come out last year, but they're just releasing a standard non-fancy one. Not that the other one's that fancy, I don't think. I'm got BFI. So BFI have actually announced some things for the first time in a few months at least. On the Beach, a Blu-ray, the Stanley Kramer's On the Beach with Gregory Peck, Ava Gardner, Fred Astaire, and Anthony Perkins. That cast alone makes me want to watch that. And Stanley Kramer is obviously very popular director from back in the day. Another film called The Mahabharata. Don't know what that is. Rose of Nevada. Looks actually okay. There's the Cornish trilogy, which is got three movies called Bait, Enys Men, and Rose of Nevada in a Blu-ray box set. Rose of Nevada is getting its own by the looks of it as well, because I said it twice. A movie called Pressure, which is Daniel Farson's Guide to Britain, Volume 2. Um, and Plan 9 from Outer Space on Blu-ray, which I think has got a 4K release somewhere else. But yeah, again, I skipped Kino. Do you have another label?
Only the Shout, Scream, Groove.
I'll let you. I'll just do Kino real quick because we're up to August with Kino. Daylight is finally back on the radar. Daylight's getting back re-released in 4K in August. The War Wagon, don't know much about that. They're also doing a Johnny Handsome 4K, which is something I'm probably keen to check out because I've heard a lot about that. And they're also doing an Italo crime collection, which is, I think, three movies in 4K. Quite expensive at the moment in Australia, but looks like it could be okay if you're into that type of thing. So maybe delving into their blaxploitation type of box sets, but with Italian stuff instead. So yeah, over to you for Shout and Scream.
That Johnny Hanson, they've been talking about that for years now, like doing a 4K of it. So I remember when I
Ah,
got it in the it's in the After Dark set, I think, one of them.
okay.
Um, and that was a few years ago. I heard him talking
Hmm.
about it then because I remember watching it and going, "Oh yeah," and now there's going to be a 4K of it. Um, but they do that all the time. They'll say, "Yeah, yeah, we're looking at doing this movie in 4K," and
Hmm.
then a year later, they might touch back on that. So yeah, it'd be interesting to actually see that finally come out. It is a pretty good movie. Mickey Rourke's like really good in that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've seen it on the shelves in CEX. And it's been really expensive in there, so I haven't bothered buying it.
All right.
Yeah,
So
over to
got the
over to you.
so this is in no specific order. It's just how it reads. For the Groove, Screen Factory, and Shout. They're doing Pillow Talk, The Stuntman, Your Name,
Yeah.
JFK, the theatrical 4K, just a standard. Um, Nightcrawler, Night of the Comet in a steelbook,
Mm-hmm.
Dawn of the Dead in a steelbook, School on Fire. They're also doing Pressure. That's when you just mentioned that.
Yeah.
I just thought, I'm sure I've just read about this recently, and sure enough, yes, I have.
But is that see sometimes when you're reading from Groove, those actually aren't shout titles, so that might be the BFI title you're looking at.
Oh, this is it's all just mixed in there now.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So
so
okay.
that that's why they're not in any specific order. So it's just a bit of everything.
Okay.
Um, they're doing Howard the Duck 40th anniversary steelbook, uh, Ip Man Kung Fu,
Mm.
or Ip Man Kung Fu Legend, the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, Mars Attacks Steel, Mortal Kombat 2, and they've also got like Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, double. Uh, End of
Mm.
Watch, Unlawful Entry, The Sword and the Sorcerer Steel, The People Under the Stairs Steel. I would so hope that that isn't region locked,
Mm-hmm.
whereas the first one was. Obviously Pleasantville, which I know you're super excited about. Full Contact and Vampires, the Inner Steelbook,
Yeah, okay,
and
cool.
that is that.
They're also they are also doing the Speed Racer series. They're releasing that as well. A complete I don't know if it's I assume it's Blu-ray. Um
I did see Rick's got that,
yeah.
but
How
yeah,
much
definitely
is
a
how
Blu-ray.
much has he got that for? 100?
135,
Okay. Yep,
which
yep, yep.
isn't too bad. I mean, that's a pretty big set.
Yeah, yeah, I'm looking at the US price, which is 65, and if you're taking some conversion and yeah, I mean that's not bad. It's not bad. Cool. All right. So just almost tidying up, almost near the end, but there's a couple of random catalog releases that I saw announced yesterday from Disney slash Sony doing their releases for them. Dead Poet Society, they're doing a 4K, and
Yep.
yeah, that's a great that will sell very well. That film's got a lot of love out there. And Young Frankenstein, that will absolutely sell like the clappers. 4K of that. I don't know whether I'd upgrade. It'd have to be a pretty special transfer. I do have a Blu-ray of that and love it, but yeah. Um, that's it. And my big prediction this month is Alfred Hitchcock's Strangers on a Train 4K will be announced pretty soon, I am imagining, because I'm seeing it on sale on Amazon quite a bit. So and would make sense that Strangers on a Train is going to get a 4K because it needs to. It's a fucking excellent movie, one of Hitchcock's best that no one seems to really know about. So there we are. Um, we're at the end, my man. What else we got to talk about?
Um, not not a great deal. Like
Hmm.
a lot of the labels that I normally touch upon, like Cake Light, Turbine, 101, just didn't have anything. Like
Yeah,
didn't see anything new,
no, that's
um,
cool.
which is a bit of a shame. Um, but there's always next month. I'm sure something will come out, and
Yeah, we'll be back again next month. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll wrap it up. Yeah, otherwise we'll drag it on too long. Thanks for listening, everyone. We are a part of the SPDM Crew podcasting network. Hit us up on our socials, KerbRider_screen time, and Shane is at Blu Relic Hunter. You can also catch me on Letterboxd at KerbRider. Keep up to date, keep in touch, and if I've asked you to reach out during this show, which I know I have, reach out because I'm keen to hear your opinions and thoughts and ideas on the way physical media is operating in Australia. Until next month, we'll catch you next time. Thanks for listening, everyone.